Now in this video you will study about data file handling in C++, and this is part 1. What are file streams and why do we need data files? You know, whatever entry you do from the keyboard, it is stored in the variable that are created in RAM, and whatever is stored in RAM is temporary. That is, when the function ends, the memory occupied by the variables which are declared within the function are also destroyed. So if you want to save data permanently, you require a file that will hold the data, and this file should be created on the secondary storage media. So these are called the data files that hold huge amount of data which can be used anytime required. So files are the convenient way to deal with the large amount of data and store the data permanently. They also help us to avoid input of data in multiple times. Otherwise, if you don't use data files, every time you execute your program, you have to enter the data. And they are also used to share data between the programs. You know, same data file you can open multiple number of times for different operations. So that is also the facility provided by the data files. This is the hierarchy of the stream class, beginning with iOS, which has two streams, iStream and oStream. iStream has functions like get, getLine, read, or you can use input operator. And offstream, you have put, write and output operator. If stream functions are open, tell G, seek G. Offstream functions are open, tell P, seek P. So this is the hierarchy of the stream class. You'll use following classes while writing the program. These are all predefined classes, that is, the variables and the methods have been defined within the C++ package. These are ifstream class, which you will use only for reading purpose. Ifstream means input file stream, that is, when you want to take input from the file. Input is equivalent to reading operation, output is equivalent to writing operation. Offstream class you'll use for writing purpose, and fstream class if you want to perform reading as well as writing operations simultaneously. In that case, you'll use fstream class. Now basic steps are, first of all, you'll open the file and you'll use the file, and finally close the file. So these three are the main steps. First you'll open the file, use the file for reading or writing, and then close the file. So when you open the file, you can use two methods for opening the file, either using constructor or using open function. So constructor means declaring object of the class, and you know, you have the classes ifstream, offstream and fstream. So whatever you write just after the class name becomes the object. So this is fin is the object, faut is the object. Within the bracket you have to pass two arguments. First is the name of the file, which must be enclosed within double quotes, and the file mode. This file mode is optional in some cases. So this is another example. The file name is result.dat within double quotes and the file mode. The next method is using open function, where first of all you will create the object like this, ifstream fin. So fin is the object, ifstream is the class, fin is the object. Then fin.open. This is the use of the open function. Using open function also you can open the file. The file name is again enclosed within codes and the file modes. So where you have written the file mode, there you have to write these modes depending on the requirement. You'll use iOS out mode when you want to create new file for writing. That is when the file is open with FStream or OffStream for writing purpose. APP mode you'll use for appending, again that is writing at the end of the file. 8 mode if you want to go to the end of the file. iOS binary you'll use when you want to open the binary file, and iOS in you will use for reading purpose. You can use more than one mode using bitwise OR, that is a pipe sign in between. Closing a file can be done with the help of close function. The syntax is the file stream object that you created dot the close function name, like fin you created fin dot close or faut dot close. This will disconnect the stream from the file, and it is very important to close the file if you want to use the file later on for reading purpose or for writing purpose. The two basic types of files are text file and binary file. That is, you can write or you can open the data file in two ways. You can create the data file in two ways, text file or binary file. Text file consists of the ASCII characters, and each line is terminated by end of line character. So it is plain text file that you can open in any of the text editor like Notepad or WritePad. And binary files store data in the form of binary digits. So it stores data in the same way as it is stored in the main memory. You know, in the memory of the computer, the data is stored in binary form, that is 0-1 form. So there is no delimiter for the line. Every character has a binary value and it is written as it is in binary file. When you are reading the file or writing the file, that is accessing the file, you can do so in two ways: sequential access and random access. Sequential means reading or writing in the order in which the data is written in the file. That is in sequence. Suppose there are 10 records, then reading first record, then second record, then third record, and so on. So this type of access is known as sequential access. Random access means directly reaching to the location where you want, and that is jumping to the required file location is known as random access. Reading and writing to or from the text file. When you want to read from the text file, you'll use put function if you want to write single character, and you'll use output operator if you want to write a word or a single character or a line. So put function you'll use for single character, output operator you'll use for word, character or line. Similarly, when you are reading, if you want to read one character at a time, you'll use get function. If you want to read whole line at a time, you will use get line function. If you want to read a character or word, then you'll use input operator. So for single character or one word, that is a string without space, you'll use input operator. Now when you're using binary file, then you'll use the concept of block writing. Block writing means writing whole class or structure object at a time. So for binary files, you'll first declare structure or class, and for that you'll use write function for writing and read function for reading. Both have same syntax. The file object dot then write double bracket open then char asterisk ampersand the class object. So you should know the difference between the file object and the class object. So there, if the class is given, you'll use class object. If the structure is given, then you'll define the variable of the structure and use that variable here. Comma, size of class object, double bracket close. Same is the syntax for the read also. So for reading and writing into the binary files, that is when you have the structure and class to read and write, you'll use read and write function. Now what is end of file? When you are reading, then you are required to read all the records or all the contents, and for that you need the end of file. So each file ends with end of file marker, and you can use while loop for detecting the end of file. The format is while not file object dot end of file. End of file is a function that returns a non-zero value when the end of file has been reached. Otherwise it returns 0. And whatever statements you have to write, you will write within while loop. So these will be repeated till the file ends. Then you can also use like this, while file object not equal to 0, and then write the code within curly braces, or you can write while file object without using EOF also. You can simply write while file object and then write the code, program code within curly braces. So these are the different methods when you want to read the file till the end of the file. That is when you want to read all the contents. First was this method, that is using EOF function. Next is using this while file object not equal to 0 or while file object. You can also use the reading methods within the bracket of while. You can also write here while file object input operator variable name, or while file dot get, or while file object dot get line. So reading methods, they return true when the value can be read, and they return false when the value cannot be read, where that is when there is no value to be read from the file. File pointers. There are two types of file pointers: the get pointer when you use when you are reading the file, and put pointer you use when you are writing into the file. When you are reading the file, then by default the file pointer is set in the beginning of the file. And when you are writing, then there are two ways of writing. Either you are writing in a new file or you are writing in an existing file. If you are writing in the new file, then the write pointer is set in the beginning. And when you are writing in an old file, that is the file that already has some contents in it, then the file pointer is set at the end of the file. But you can change the position of the file pointers whenever you require. There are different methods to change the position of the file pointer. These are seekp and seekg. So the seekg and tellg are the functions that you use with get pointer, and seekp and tellp are the functions that you use with the put pointer. Get pointer means when the file is open in input mode, and put pointer are used when the file is open in output mode, that is for writing. So this is the syntax of seekb or seekg. Both have the same syntax: the file object dot seekp or seekg, the offset position and the reference position. Both have same argument also. Offset is the number of bytes the file pointer to be moved, and location, reference position, is the location from where the file pointer is to be moved. This REF position can be 3, types can be of three types: IOS beginning, IOS CUR, IOS end. So this particular part REF position can be replaced either by IOS beginning or IOS CUR or IOS end depending on the purpose. Like IOS beginning is used for starting of the file, IOS CUR is used when you want from the current position, and IOS end is used from the end of the file. Next, these are few examples. Like file object dot .cxg 0, IOS beg means it will go to the starting of the file. fl.cxg 0, IOS CUR, it will stay at current position. fl.cxg 0, IOS end will move to the end of the file. fl.cxg m, IOS beginning, it will go to the mth byte. If you write 5, then 5th byte. If you write 7, then 7th byte. M is either number of bytes, which byte number you want to go to. Similarly, if you write fl.cxg m, IOS CUR, that is go forward by m bytes. 5, CUR means 5 bytes forward. So when from the current location you have two direction, either you can move in forward direction or in backward direction. So if you write minus m, then it will move backward from the current position, m bytes backward. From the end you can always move backward, and from the beginning you can always move forward. So with IOS end you will write minus m, where m is number of bytes backward, that is from the end. For example, these are the questions, the type of questions that you get in the examination from the text file. That is, if you want to count number of lower case vowels from the file book.txt. Now read the code and try to understand. First of all, you will open the file. Now here you have to read the file. So file you will open in ifstream. So ifstream class is used, and this is the file object fin, and this is the name of the file which is given in the question. Then you want to read character by character, so declare a character variable, and since you have to count number of lowercase vowels, so you'll use a counter variable. Counter variable is an integer variable which you set to 0 in the beginning. So for reading till the end of the file, you'll write while not fi.eof, this will read till the end of the file. So for reading a character, you just now studied, we use get function. So file object dot get, and within bracket the variable name, that is the syntax of get function. Now what you have to check is number of lowercase alphabets. So lowercase, you have a function in C++ is lower, that checks whether the character is in lowercase or not. So you can use it with if is lower, ch count plus plus. So if this condition is satisfied, it will count. And this is enclosed within while loop, so it will perform these statements, these operations till the end of the file. So when the file ends, you'll close the file by fin.close, and you'll either return the value of count, or you can write cout count. So you can, if I use writing cout count, then instead of int you'll write here void. The return type of the function will be void. Int means you want to return the value, that is return count. Next question, write a function to count number of lines beginning with capital A or small a in the text file lines.txt. So again, it means you will first read the file and check how many lines begin with capital A or small a. So declare a variable that can store or hold a line. So line means it is again a character variable only, character array of some bigger size, because you have to count. So take a counter variable, open the file with ifstream mode, because you have to read the file, then only you can find how many lines begin with capital or small a. So for that you need to read the file. So ifstream will be used. After ifstream, we will always write the file object. So suppose fin is the file object, and within round bracket we write the name of the file, which is given in the question, lines.txt. So lines.txt. Now this is the first loop. Whenever you are reading the file, you always read till the end of the file. So this is also a compulsory statement in almost all the codes. This is how you'll read the line. In the previous question, you have to read the word, so you used fin.get. Now you want to read the line, so use getLine method. GetLine function is used with the file object file fin.getLine, and within bracket first the variable name that you declared here, a line, variable name, comma, the length, comma, the delimiter character, that is your line ends with what, which character. Normally line ends with \n. So you can write \n. So here in the question it was starting with alphabet. Starting means first character. First character is always at 0 index. So you'll write a line 0 equal to a, or a line 0 equal to small a, count plus plus. This is because you have to count number of lines. Then you print the value and close the file. These statements you can interchange also. First you can close, then print, or first print then close. So this is a question. A binary file student.dat contains records of the following type. They are variables or the data members, and these are the functions: enter data to input variables, display data to display the variable values, and there is a return function which will return the value of the percentage, because you know percentage is a private member and it cannot be accessed outside the class. So for that you need a function that will return the value of the percentage. Now your question is, define a function in C++ to read the contents of the file student.dat and display those student details whose percentage is above 75. So it means you have to use the value of percentage outside the class. So that is why you are given such functions that will return the private members which are to be used outside the function. So this is the function, first line of the function, void. You can select any name if it is not given in the question. Then this is the second statement is to create the object of the class. A class function can be used only when you declare the object of the class. So these functions, enter data or display data or return percentage, these are the three member functions of the class, and to access the member functions you require to create the object of the class student. The class name is student, so you write student s to create the object. Now fstream fin, this is the file stream. Fstream is the file stream class. Student is the student class which is defined in the program. File stream is the file stream class which is already defined in C++, and fin is the file object. This is the class object s, and fin is the file object. And this is how you'll open the file. The file object dot open, and this is the name of the file within double quotes. When you want to read and write class or structure, you always open the file in binary mode. So this is compulsory if you get a question on binary file, IUS binary, and for reading we use IUS in. Now you can either use while not fi.uf, but this one is easier. You always try to use this type of statement for reading till the end of the file, that is while fin.read characteristic %s comma size of student, or you can write size of s here, and here you can either write student or s in both the places. So this while statement is doing two things. First of all, it is reading a record from the file, and it will also read till the end of the file. So if you use any statement, any read statement with while, then it always reads till the end of the file. So ultimately it will read the records and it will read till the end of the file. And what you have to do with each record, you have to check the percentage. Now because percentage is a private data member, you cannot directly access this percentage variable. So for that you have a return percentage function. You have a return percentage function here. You'll call this function and this function will give you the value of percentage of the current object that has been read from the file. So if s dot return percentage is greater than 75, that was given in the question, display data is the function that will display this is the function that will display, that is cout, all the data members. So you call the function and then close the file, and this is function closed. So these are steps. First, create the object of structure or class, create the object of file stream, open the file in always in binary mode. Reading or writing will depend on the question. Give the file name here. Then if you are reading, read till the end of the file using such loop while fin.read, and these things are compulsory. Only these things will change depending on the declaration. That is s and student, that will depend what is given in the question. Then use the returning function. Search for the returning function in the question. You'll get the returning function, and whatever condition is given you will match with it. And cout function, that is, it can have any name. Here it has display data, it can be display or print, put details, any such name. Just look for the cout statement, that is the function having the cout statement for the data members. And finally close the file. One more question on the binary file. Here this is the function class definition given. These are the functions. Void register statements are not written, but you can understand void register means it is to input all the data members, and void show is to display all the data members. There is a function check code which is returning the comparison of the area code, because area code is a private member, it cannot be accessed outside the class. So you have a function that will either return the value of area code or it will check the comparison, because ultimately you have to check the value of the area code. You have to copy all the records from phone.dat to phoneback.dat where the area code is del. So first of all, create the object of this class, create the object of file stream class. So create the object of file stream class. You need two objects because from one file you have to read and you have to write in the other file. So phone.dat you have to read, and phoneback.dat the file in which you have to write. It means you'll open one file with if stream, another file with off stream. So you need two objects, one if stream, another off stream. So fin is the if stream object for that, from which you'll open the file which is for reading purpose, that is phone.dat. IOS binary is for both the files because they are binary files only. And fout object you'll open to open the file which is in which you want to write, that is phoneback.dat. Then read till the end of the file. This was the statement that you studied in the previous program also, while fi.read, and the same syntax, only the change things are the class object, only this variable name is changed, otherwise the statement is same. So what you have to check is whether the code is del or not. So del was the argument that you will pass in this function. This function itself is checking, so you don't have to compare the value here because this function has the strcmp statement. It is comparing and returning the compared value, that is whether it is same or not. So that you can check here. If it is equal to 0, you know how to check. When you write if strcmpi, then you always write equal to 0 for equality. So here also you'll write equal to 0 for equality, and if it is same you have to write in the file, and that is given in the question. You don't have to display. If it is given to display, then here you will call this function, that is show function, to display. But here you have to copy. The question is to copy all the records from one file to another. Copying means writing into the file. So you will use the statement f4.write. The read and write have same parameters, so now you will write the same details into the next file, that is fout. Fout is the object with which phoneback has been opened, so automatically it will write in phoneback.dat. Finally, you will close both the files.